I grew up in the summer with my grandfather in his village. I used to be able to go to the river and fishing and catch the turtles and shrimps and catch the cicadas. It's a wonderful world for me. I can roam around the village and doing my thing and nobody would bother me. As I grew up and as I go back to the village year after year, I realized the river is no longer a natural river. It's really just a dump. So coming to this country and seeing a very, on surface, a very, very green and very, very clean environment. And as you live here, you discover deep down more and more issues. The building is one of the issues. The groundwater is another, right? And some of these, in some cases, the air. So I just really kept seeing things that are anything related to the environment, it's massively bad news. Very few good news that you can hear out there. So to me, as a citizen of this country, and I just feel a personal responsibility. As a business owner, I feel that I can do more than an average citizen. So it's a wonderful opportunity for me to get the opportunity to do it. And on the other hand, we really wanted to do it to set an example so we can lead others to do the same thing. We make a fiber optic components, something called fiber optic rotary joints. The product allows multiple fibers to be connected, and yet one side can rotate against the other without losing connection. So it's a product that's used in cable reels, robotic vehicles, flying vehicles, satellite dishes, satellite antennas, and even helicopters and wind turbines. Recently, we discovered the application in the medical field. So thin fiber can be used as a very effective probe to image the inside of a human blood vessel. So a rotary joint is needed because the fiber needs to spin at high speed. So we are one of the only 3 to 4 companies worldwide that manufacture this kind of product. We happen to be the smallest one. So that gives us the platform to grow, to take advantage of a relatively less competitive marketplace, but the technology barrier is relatively high. The reason the U.S. government is the biggest customer is the nature of the airborne flying vehicles for military applications. We like that particular line of business because, first of all, it reduces the purchase of helicopters that are very expensive, very, very energy inefficient, and it costs soldiers' lives. So the flying vehicle has no pilot, it has no fuel, so you cannot shut it down. It can fly over a month or 2 months at a time, so it's a very effective monitoring tool or communication tool for the U.S. government. Well, the initial attraction was the technology, because we're going to install a new roof. And in order not to void the warranty, the cylinder provides a very unique solution because you do not have to anchor the solar panel to the roof. They're just essentially sitting on the surface. Because of the cylindrical shape, there's very little wind load, so heavy wind gust will not blow them away. So we figured that's the ideal solution for this new roof. First of all, we're going to get a white roof so that it's going to reduce the heat island effect. Now the white roof turns out to be an ideal solution for cylinder because the reflection from the roof will produce more energy on the bottom of the tubes. So we figured that's ideal. There was actually a sign in front of the building saying this building is contaminated, being processed and remediated. And there was a telephone number on the bottom. So right on the site, I got on my cell phone, I called the company who's responsible for the cleanup. I said, I'm going to buy the building. You will have a window, a once in a lifetime kind of window, to come in and clean it up. Do whatever you have to do, just give me a proposal. I'm willing to allow you to torn down part of the building if necessary. And that's the beginning. Rather than just one citizen, 2 citizens, we want everybody to do the same thing. Do good things to the environment. All we're trying to do here is trying to set an example to say not only it is doable, it is cost effective, the benefit is much far beyond what you can see to that day. One example is this. If you look at the things that we did, say the water tanks, right, that we installed here, we benefited financially nothing from it because it cost a lot of money to install. Water is so cheap in this country, we don't really benefit anything by doing it. And yet, as a whole picture of a sustainable company, we created so much of a goodwill within our employees, within the community of our customers, the community of our vendors. So everybody loves to do business with us. So we have an extremely low turnover rate of our employees. 2 people ever left us in 13 years. We have a high rate of returns from our customers. We have vendors who love to do business with us. So we somehow managed to create a high credit rating, class 1 at Dun & Bradstreet. So nobody would have any problem dealing with us. They don't have to worry about paying bill. Everything seems to be tied together. If you're responsible on one thing, especially on the environment, you're doing this voluntarily, people tend to trust you more because they can say, well, these are the kind of people who will never sit on their bills, right, by not paying them. So your business actually is much easier to run. That's exactly the end result. So people should see what's beyond the horizon, beyond what you can benefit tomorrow, next year. You will be benefited. You will see the payback in a much larger scale.